Hey there, Sagittarius. Welcome to your reading for the week of June 8th. This week, if you want to catch me live, I go live every single day at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. But Sag, let's see what we have going on for you. You have the relaxation card. A lot of people getting this card. Not this card this week, but a lot of people have been getting cards of relaxation this week. So I feel like it could be something happened to my elbow there. That hurt. For some of you, I feel like it could be a good time to rest and relax. We're going to clarify this at the end, but with the Lenormand, by the way, here, Sag. But let's see what we have going on for you. You start off with this relaxation card, so I feel like some of you could be resting and relaxing. You have 2 sevens here, and you have the 5 of cups as well. This is like a lot of fear. I always say 2 sevens to me is internal fears that don't exist. So I feel like for some of you, you could have been dealing with some worries and fears in the past. Again, this first row is your past position. So I feel like this is just a past energy. I feel like you were dealing with like worries, fears, anxiety, stuff like that in the past in a situation. I feel like you're just trying to relax from that. You have the 7 of Wands, the 7 of Cups, and the 5 of Cups here in this first row. I feel like this is needing to open your eyes to something that is an opportunity for you. 7 of Wands, I actually love the 7 of Wands. It's one of my favorite cards in the deck. It is a card of defending your position at the top of a hill, but to me it's a very confident card as well. You know, it's a card of kind of like a conviction. It's a card of knowing that you know that something is going to be successful. But you have the 7 of Cups here and the 5 of Cups. The 7 of Wands in context with these 2 cards here could almost be like you're seeing something only one way in your life and you're not opening up to other possibilities. So I don't think this is a bad thing. This is not a criticism, Sagittarius. I just feel like there are easier ways to do things, or I feel like maybe you're stuck on something here. Could be a relationship. I don't think it's a relationship. I feel like it could be other things as well. Maybe you don't realize that your life could be better, right? I feel like everybody's life could be significantly better, but we just have to realize it, right? And better is different for everybody as well. But you have the 5 of Cups. 5 of Cups here, it's like there's a bridge going over to this castle here, and these 2 cups are here as well. But he's focused on these 3 cups that have spilt over. If he just turned around and saw these 2 cups, which could be another opportunity, he would also see this bridge over the water that leads to the castle. The castle represents safety, security, comfort, and protection. So I feel like for some of you, this is actually a pretty simple first row. I feel like it's just saying that you need to, if you are stuck, if you are bumping your head up against a wall, that there are other ways of doing things, and you just need to open up to those other ways of doing things, is what I would say to you here with this first row. For others, I do feel like this could just be someone in your life. I do feel like for some of you, you could just be dealing with a stubborn ass person and you'll probably never change them. So that's what I would say there. Next, you have the Vulture Spirit. This card says nothing is wasted. Again, it's coming up next to that relaxation card there, Sagittarius. The Vulture Spirit card to me is like a card of conserving your energy. You know, as I always say when this card comes up, I think you had this card the other week as well, now that I think about it. But the vultures, you know, they kind of soar and they don't really flap their wings, right? It represents conservation of energy there, so they're not like wasting any energy. I feel like some of you, again, obviously would be a good week to like rest, relax, and recover. In this row here, you have the Hierophant, the Strength card, and the 4 of Cups. It's weird. All 3 fire signs had the Hierophant this week, so that's pretty interesting. I would say if you have Aries or if you have Leo in your chart, it might be a good idea for you to go watch whichever reading is for you, you know, if you have those signs in your chart. But the Hierophant can represent marriage, and although this doesn't really look like a love reading to me, you have the Strength card and the 4 of Cups. It's like you're trying to manifest something into your life. I feel like, again, that this reading is kind of like one thing. I feel like that there are just other ways of doing things, like I said, with this first row, or this is about like needing to move on to something new here. Because again, 7 of Wands can be conviction. It can be being stuck in your ways or being stuck to the one way of doing things. And the 7 of Cups, it is a card of confusion. It is a card of being spoiled for choice, but it could also just say there are other ways of doing things. I feel like the Hierophant is saying learn, because the Hierophant is a card of education. The Strength card is definitely a card of patience and being patient. And that Four of Cups is like manifesting options, but it is a card of like needing to accept options that come your way as well. The Four of Cups to me is a card of like apathy. He's just like sitting there. He's being offered a cup and he's got three in front of him, but it's like he's not choosing a cup. He's not making a choice here. So I feel like some of you have to make a choice in your life. Sometimes I feel like this can be one of those things where we are too stubborn, or we just aren't open to doing something, and so we just don't, right? So what's a good example? A good example for you here, Sagittarius, is many years ago. Well, it wasn't very many years ago now. It was like 10 years ago. But I had a business. It was successful. I was young, and I lost the business. And for years, I just refused to go back to work because I just really wanted to make a business work. And I did. I eventually did get another business working and things like that as well. But I suffered for, like 3-4 years, right? And during that time, if I just got a job, things would have been so much easier in my life if I just went back to work at that time. But I was like stubborn. I was stuck. I wouldn't, I just refused to see it, right? And that's kind of like the Four of Cups energy. So, again, I feel like there is something like that in your life. And again, I'm not calling you stubborn or anything like that. People always get mad at me when I say that stuff, but it's, I'm not picking on you, Sagittarius. I'm trying to give some helpful advice. And I definitely, like I said, I did this myself. I went through something very similar where it's like I refused to see something and I refused to accept something. So, I only feel that for some of you, like I said. For others, could be like trying to manifest love, but needing to be patient. Obviously, could be coronavirus, having a hard time finding love. Next, you have the Chopwood card. This is coming up in your future row here. I do feel like it would be a good time for you to be successful or to like work towards something. This is literally just a card of doing the work. Again, this is part of the reason I told you that story, because again, if I just went back to work, things would have been so much easier for me, right? And I feel the same thing for you. Like this doesn't have to be work. This could be anything you're working on or working towards. Same thing with love as well. This is why I always tell people, just go out and date. Don't worry about finding the one or anything like that. It's like if you go out and you go through the motions, it's like you're proving to the universe that you're looking for the one, and then you'll find them. So I always tell people, chop wood. So I'd get out there. In this row here, you have the Justice card, the Six of Pentacles, and the Queen of Swords. I actually really like this row for you. You basically have Justice twice. The Six of Pentacles, he has a scale right here in his hands. So it represents fairness. It represents him kind of deciding who he's giving these pentacles out to, but he's also being fair with this card. So I do feel like there's more fairness coming in for you in the future. That Queen of Swords, I do feel, for some of you, I feel like that could be a person in your life. Like I said, but it could be like this stubborn person over here. The Queen of Swords could be them trying to communicate with you in the future. I do feel like some of you are dealing with just a stubborn person in your life, but I feel like you're done. I feel like you're done dealing with them. I don't even feel like this necessarily has to be love related. I feel like this could be like a family member, or it could just be someone you know. And again, maybe it's bothering you this week. Maybe that's why it's coming up here. For others, I do feel like this is just justice. I feel like this could be progress in a legal matter, especially with that Chopwood card. So if you're dealing with something legal, I feel like this row could represent progress in a legal matter as well. But let's clarify this, Sagittarius, and let's see what we get here. Between this Seven of Wands here and this Hierophant, you have the Seven of Hearts. Very interesting. This card is called the Tree. This card represents like a family tree, represents kind of like family and building a family. Maybe some of you are kind of like wanting a commitment here in marriage. So, and definitely with the Hierophant, I feel like some of you could be waiting for a commitment or wanting a commitment. For others, I definitely felt family on this Queen of Swords. Really weird. Again, I read tarot in a weird way anyway, but the Queen of Swords doesn't represent family necessarily, but I was getting family here, so I do feel like some of you could be dealing with like family drama and things like that. What I would say is like stubbornness, and also with the Hierophant, it's like wanting things done a certain way. So the Hierophant can represent people in your life, like family, who want you to do things in a certain way. Next, you have the Seven of Cups here in the Strength card, and between those two you have the Crossroads. This is called the Cross, and this card represents kind of like burdens or dealing with a heavy burden in your life. So I do feel like making a choice in your life could be kind of like a heavy burden for you here, Sagittarius. Next, between this Five of Cups and this Four of Cups, you have the Seven of Clubs, slow progress. The Seven of Clubs is called the mice, and it's like mice chew through walls very slowly. How crazy is this, Sagittarius? Seven of Hearts right here can be read as the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Clubs can be read as the Seven of Wands. So it's like both cards show up in this first Lenormand row. That's not an accurate way to read Lenormand, but in the playing card reading system, you could read the playing card as the tarot card, if that makes sense. So, but slow progress for you here. It's coming up in the past though, so definitely something to think about. Next, between the Hierophant and the Justice card, you have the Nine of Diamonds. Definitely something new coming in for you here. The Nine of Diamonds is called the Coffin, and it's kind of just like the Death card, but it can represent needing to come out of the coffin as well. It can say, again, needing to let go of something or needing to move away from something. This card represents there needing to be a death, like there needs to be a transformation here, Sagittarius. Next, between the Strength card and the Six of Pentacles, you have the Ace of Spades. This card is called the Woman, or the Lady, whatever you want to call it. And it can represent existing problems being resolved. Again, it can represent a difficult person, dealing with a difficult person this week, or dealing with someone who's causing problems in your life. But again, Six of Pentacles says you are choosing where to put your energy. So don't give your energy to difficult people. And finally here, between the Four of Cups and the Queen of Swords, you have the Queen of Hearts. This is the Stork in the Lenormand card reading system. It's like a very kind, caring, nurturing energy. It's actually a very nice energy. So, I feel like there's like a lot of goodness coming in for you. I want to ask for an outcome. Love it. You have the Lady again. This deck has two of these Ace of Spades cards in it, just so you know. And it just, I leave them both in because why not? And you have the Ace of Clubs as well. So this is very positive. This could represent marriage in the future. This could also represent things coming full circle. The Ace of Clubs is like ending of cycles as well. It's called the Ring, but it can represent kind of like the cycles of something that happened in your life. And it's my favorite card in the deck. So definitely improvement coming in for you. Eight of Diamonds, this is called the Key. So I feel like there's success and abundance coming in for you here, Sagittarius. This is the Diviner card. This card just represents me in the reading. Yeah, you have the Six of Spades as well. Leo had a lot of these cards as well. So you might want to go watch Leo's readings. But I do feel like this is kind of like a very simple message this week. I feel like it's just saying that you could be leaving something that you're stuck on. It could be love, but again, I don't think this is necessarily love. It could just be a belief, something that you believe about yourself. And I feel like this is good because it's going to lead to improvements. So thank you for watching, Sagittarius, and enjoy your week.